What's up guys, it's Libby. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do your makeup for a date that you might have on Valentine's Day. Now before we get started, I have already done a lot of stuff to my face. I have my base on and my eyebrows. For foundation, I have on the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Shell Ivory. On to concealer, I'm wearing the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is in the shade Light 16. I've got bronzer on, just my go-to Hoola bronzer. And then I've got my eyebrows on. Before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put up new videos every Saturday morning. And then make sure you head over to Instagram and follow me there. I'm posting looks usually every day and different looks that a lot of times you don't get to see on YouTube. So make sure you follow me there too. So for today's video, like I said, I'm going to be doing, showing you guys how to get a look for any date that you might have on Valentine's Day. But this isn't just applicable to Valentine's Day. If you have any date in general, you can do this. Or if you're just going to the grocery store or walking your dog or going to class, you can wear this. Really, however you want to do it. I'm going to first begin by priming my eyelids with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. For the eyes today, I'm going to use the Too Faced Natural Eyes eyeshadow palette, and it looks like this. And then the inside, it's just pretty neutral palette, so you don't specifically need to use this palette for the look. If you have like similar shades, you can do that as well. So if you're like going on a date, say you're going to dinner or something for Valentine's Day, it's probably going to be at night. So today I'm going to be creating kind of like a nighttime look for a Valentine's Day date. So I'm first going to start off with the shade Cashmere Bunny, and I'm going to swirl a good amount of that on my brush. I'm just going to sweep this all throughout my crease, and I'm just taking a really light hand with this, kind of going back and forth windshield wiper motions, as well as like really circular, tiny circular motions. And I'm like barely touching my lid for this. I want to start off really small and like slowly build up. You can always put more product on, but you can never take product off. As you're getting closer to your eyebrow, just like make sure you concentrate most of the product right there in the crease, and then bring up the remaining product that's on your brush closer to your eyebrow. You're basically gonna have like little to no product on your brush at this point, but this is just to ensure that you're gonna have a really blended look, and then it'll be all feathered out up there. Remember, the heart of a good look is blending, so you're gonna want to take your time. Even at this step, even though it's just with one color, you still want to set a really good foundation for the rest of your eyeshadow look. Alright, once you feel like you kind of like how that looks, I think I'm liking how this looks so far. It's just a transition color. I'm gonna go ahead and get a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade, let's do Chocolate Martini, which is this brown shade down here with gold flecks. And once again, I'm really gonna get my brush nice and saturated, swirl it around in the product a lot. I'm going to be putting this on the outer V of my eye. So with a very light hand again, I'm just going to create this angle right here, almost like where you might put a winged eyeliner. And then once I hit the crease with that angle, I'm going to bring that color up into the crease. So once you kind of have your shape outlined pretty good there, you want to take like whatever is remaining on your brush, don't get any extra product, and just kind of like slowly flick out right here on the end. Once again, you want to use a really light hand. It'll just like seamlessly blend your eyeshadow and kind of make your eyes appear a little bit bigger because you're elongating the shape of your eye. And kind of with that same motion, you want to go up the crease into that color and really blend that harsh line away. So you want to keep repeating this process until you are satisfied with your blend. Once you're satisfied with that blend, you're going to want to take a little bit more product, still in that same shade. In this case, I'm using the Chocolate Martini, which is the dark brown with the golden reflex. And I'm just going to start kind of packing that out here into that outer corner that we've created. And when I mean packing, I just mean swiping on the product. And you're gonna wanna do that kind of until you're like halfway across your lid space. And just bring that up to connect it to the other portion of the color that you blended in your crease. Alright, now I'm going to be moving on to the next shade in this look. I'm going to still stick with that same small fluffy brush, and I'm going to move on to the shade in this palette. It's called Erotica, and I'm going to get a lot of product on my brush again. And this time, instead of going on the outer portion of my eye, I'm going to go to the inner portion of my eye. So right here, this inner part of the crease. And I'm going to put the most amount of product in the crease and just kind of like start there very gently again. Just going back and forth in that crease, and then once I feel like I have less product on my brush, slowly in circular motions, blending outward and then downward. And the portion on your lid space, it doesn't matter as much because we're going to be putting something over that, so you know, you want to make sure those colors are blended, but it's really okay if it's not the best. But this outer portion is like right here. It's really what you're going to want to focus on because that's kind of what you're going to see when you have your eyes open. Does that make sense? So you really want to focus right here in the center where those two colors meet. And to blend those, it's literally just like sitting here going back and forth between those. You don't really want to pick up more color or more product of either color. You just simply want to sit here and just work on blending them in the crease and then bringing it up slowly. Alright, once we're done with that, I'm going to take kind of like a flatter brush right here and I'm going to go into the shade Push Up. I'm going to get one side of my brush like really full of that product, so it kind of looks like that, and I'm going to focus this on the inner portion of my eye, kind of going over where we put down that dark shade Erotica on the center. And I'm just gonna go with this shimmery shade up until the crease, and I'm only really gonna take this product halfway. I kind of want to keep that Chocolate Martini shade, that the warm tone brown with the gold flecks. You kind of want to keep that alone, but you really want to focus the shimmery shade over that cool toned brown called Erotica. So finally, for the eye look, we're going to be putting a brow bone color on. From the same palette, we're going to use the shade Silk Teddy. We're really just going to focus that right up here. And you want to make sure with this shade that you're kind of bringing it down into those darker tones to really make sure that everything is blended together. And then we're also going to take some of that Silk Teddy and put it on the inner corner. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to take that same shade that we started with for the transition shade. In this case, I'm using Cashmere Bunny. I'm just going to run it along the lower lash line there. And then I'm going to take some of that Chocolate Martini shade and keep that a little bit closer to the lower lash line, but still running it. And you want to keep it similar to what you did on the lid and only bring it in about halfway. And then take Erotica, which was the cool toned brown, and bring that in here. Once my my colors are placed on the lower lash line, I kind of just like to take a big, clean, fluffy brush and really just smoke it out. Now, of course, once you finish the eyeshadow, you can kind of just like stop following this tutorial and like do your own thing from here. I think that like maybe a black winged eyeliner would look really good with this. Maybe some false lashes if you're into that. But me personally, I'm going to go in with a brown eyeliner, and I'm just gonna align my top lashes there. Since this look is so dark, I would rather do like a brown than a black eyeliner. And this is the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus eyeliner, or eye pencil. And it's in the shade Espresso. These are my favorite eyeliners of all time. They're inexpensive and they glide on super well. And for me, I love this shade. So I'm just gonna apply that really quick. Alright, now that I've got eyeliner on, I'm going to kind of move back to the face and go to blush. I'm going to be using this really beautiful matte rosy blush color, and this is from ColourPop. This is in the shade Weirdo, and I like to go crazy when I put blush on. It may seem like I'm about to put a lot of blush on, but if you head over to my Instagram and look at my pictures, almost every picture looks like I'm wearing no blush, and I swear I have a ton of blush on. So I don't know what it is. I think my skin just likes to soak up powder, I guess. I don't really know. So I really like to make my cheeks nice and rosy, and then I kind of put some on my nose and on my chin, and then I also like to bring some up here on the sides of my forehead. Kind of just gives me a nice sun-kissed glow, I guess. And if you're going on a date, you want to kind of look, you know, like flirty and awake and like interested, and I feel like if you add kind of a lot of blush, it gives that effect. Next, highlighter. I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild highlighting powder. This is in the shade Blossom Glow, and I'm just gonna put this on the high points of my face. And if I were to be wearing this look out on a date, I think I would really go in with the highlighter. I love to just like glow, and again, kind of the same thing with the blush. I feel like it kind of like makes you look a little perky, kind of like awake, interested. I love putting a little bit of highlight up here. I think it just catches the light in a really beautiful way. Especially if you're like out to dinner or something and you're in a low light setting in a restaurant, a lot of highlighter on your face will catch the lighting in a really pretty way. Finally, one of my favorite complexion steps to do is I actually use this product. It's Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter. This is in the shade Rose Gold. And this is like a super, super wet highlighter. It's really beautiful, like rosy pink gold. I think it's a little bit too dark for my skin tone. I don't necessarily use it as a highlighter, but what I like to do is take my wet sponge and I kind of like dip the back in, kind of put some excess product on the back of my hand, and then I kind of just like to marry the highlighter and the blush by tapping it right in between the two. And then I start pretty light, and then once I get a feel for like how much product is going on my face, I add a little bit more. This makes your cheeks really glowy. Obviously it's a highlighter, but if you're someone like me and really just wants to be glowy all the time, this is like a really innovative way to use this highlighter product that you may not have thought of. So like I said, it just really marries the two. I mean, you can see that glow, like that just looks beautiful, amazing. You're done. Boom. So moving back to eyes for a second, I'm going to put on the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Is there a certain shade? This is just black. I'm not sure if it comes in any other shade. But this is my favorite mascara of all time. Close next to the Benefit Bad Gal Bang or the Tarte Camera Lights Action. Is that what it's called? I really don't know what that one's called. I think it's called Camera Lights Action. Anyway, this mascara, you don't need false eyelashes. Like it lifts your lashes so well. Another thing I would recommend doing, which I just thought of, is to curl your lashes, especially if you're going out on a date, because those will like really lift your lashes up. This mascara is so nice and it lasts such a long time. Alright guys, and last but not least, to complete this Valentine's, date night, whatever you want to call it look, I'm going to be putting on this ColourPop Libby Sticks in the shade Lumineer. Me personally, if I'm going out on a date, I think I would want to wear like a lipstick or a lip balm or maybe even like a light lip gloss. If you wear like a liquid matte lipstick, say you're going out to dinner, that's gonna kind of like crumble off your lips and it's not really gonna wear well. So I would rather stick with like a cream or a gloss product so that when it's coming off, it's not too noticeable and it's pretty easy to reapply. So I'm just gonna put that on real quick. And I love the formula of the ColourPop Lippy Sticks. They're so creamy and they go on so beautifully. And this, guys, is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. Let me know in the comments below, how do you get ready for a date or like some sort of big special occasion? Would you wear your makeup like this, or how would you do it differently? Are there any like fun things you like to do to get ready? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this look, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos every Saturday morning. And make sure you head over to Instagram and check out my Instagram. Posting new looks almost every day there. A lot of times you don't get to see them on YouTube. I'm pretty active on that, so I'll leave that right here on the screen and you can go ahead and check that out. Thank you guys so much for checking in with me today and watching this look. Have a good day.